Dunn, welcome to CCL TV. Joining me today is Ruben from OceanX Network. Ruben, thanks so much for being here today. Now, can you tell us a bit about OceanX Network?
Oh, it's relatively simple. I mean, we always say we bring great people together with a bit of more drive to the ocean industry. I mean, we're here today at the Neutral Air Partner event, which is more or less the air focus side, and we are strategic partners where we more or less focus on ocean, they focus on air, so we cooperate with each other. If some air freight specialist needs an ocean solution somewhere, we bring them together with our member in those countries.
And how lovely is it to be here with other members and reconnecting with people?
It's just nice to have live events of any sort. So, I mean, we had a very rough patch here in Europe, especially from, let's say, November last year until I would say June, where we couldn't travel, and especially for me that I normally travel 50% of my time, and then you're stuck in front of your screen, and that's not really satisfying anymore. No.
Not good for anyone. No.
Exactly.
Well, talking about COVID, what other challenges has that brought up for the network?
Well, I mean, for the network, of course, people can't meet, people can't interact, everything becomes virtual. Of course, to some degree, you have to embrace it. We did a few training programs and learning sessions with members where it brings an advantage because you can have people in different countries, different time zones. To the events, normally you have the bosses travel, you don't have the middle managers. So we did a few events for the people that are actually in the offices, and several can participate and so on. That's nice, but it still is a difficult feeling if you're more a people's person and you spend this screen time. But there is some advantages of it too, for sure.
Tell us about those.
I mean, those are certainly that you can interact with different time zones, and that's fine. But it's still a people's business. We're talking about trust a lot in this industry because in the end, if my partner on the other side doesn't do a good job, then I lose my customer. And we trust also in terms of the value of goods, in terms of money. So, and you can't build that over the screen. It's sales has been something that's really hard in that situation.
Absolutely. For sure. And are there any particular digital forwarding actions that you've taken throughout the pandemic?
Oh, of course. I mean, we have always been a bit of a consultant for our members in terms of digitalization, and we focus a lot more on transformation nowadays, where we are a consultant to the members. They look into certain things, be it rate management, be it this. We're not a vendor for our members, but we try to be an advisor. So we really know what's going on in the market, and then we help providing solutions. Say, hey, if you need that, you should look into these and these and these companies. We make introductions, and we let people find solutions for sure.
And what are your thoughts on e-commerce and digitalization in the logistics industry?
Oh, it's a big subject. Maybe we have to break it in two. There's on the one hand, of course, e-commerce, which has been supercharged by the current situation. If you can't leave your house, you have to order it home, and packages get smaller. Deliveries are differently structured. You have some going direct. If you look at models like Shein or others, some others they go via warehouses overseas. That's of course an advantage, but also a challenge, and the margins, especially on the last mile, are very high under pressure. And then digitalization, of course, is a must. There's two sides. One is in terms of differentiation in the market, where you can actually show you do it in different ways. And the other one, which I still believe is the most important, is on the process side, and it's really in terms of getting your efficiency up, in terms of automating things, especially in a time like today where everybody is searching staff.
Absolutely. And what are the benefits of being an NAP member?
An NAP member. I'm more or less not a member of NAP, we're more or less a partner, and for us it's really good. I mean, for me personally, I learn a lot about air freight, which is not really my expertise, and of course we have a few overlaps, and we get a lot of requests, which then help some of our members to get business.
And what are the main challenges that the sea freight industry are seeing at the moment?
Oh, we see a lot of them. I mean, one is of course very high rates, which to some degree is a good thing, because it also increases the margins of sea freight players, of carriers, of forwarders, but on the other hand, there's all this complexity. In the past, when you were handling a shipment, you touched it a few times. Now you touch it about 10 times as much, because nothing really works, and that's a big strain on staff mainly, really, because operations people, they really have a hard patch, and that for a very long time, and that causes a lot of stress for sure, and that's not easy to manage.
And have you seen any new digital trends within the industry?
Oh, there's a lot of digital trends. There's a lot of interest in visibility, but the problem is visibility doesn't solve your issue. If you know you have a container stuck on a vessel somewhere in a channel, then you know you have a problem, but you don't have a solution yet. And so there's a lot of focus on visibility, but it doesn't really resolve the issues. For that, you still need people, and those people then need to find solutions. And a lot of what we call maybe assembly line forwarding that used to happen in the past has been more or less taken over by really people going back, and that's also what makes smaller, more flexible players a bit winning at the moment.
And what are your thoughts about CCL TV being here at the event?
I mean, I find it very exciting. I always think our industry gets too little attention, and it's also because we don't speak up so much. And we have sometimes, we look a bit skeptical at startups in our industry because they make a very big show, even so they have very little. And you have a lot of very experienced people in this industry. They have a lot of know-how to share. They have a lot of experience. They move a lot of things, but they don't share it proactively. And so maybe you guys can really help the industry to get a bit more spotlight. We certainly get a lot now because everybody has somehow a logistics problem, but we need to make better use of it for sure.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Ruben. It's lovely to see you again.
Thank you, Nadia. It was very good. Thank you. Bye-bye.